Morning everybody, Robert and Michelle here with More to Life Outdoors. Today we're going on an ATV adventure in the Barry Goldwater Military Range. I'm going with Michelle's dad and his buddy Willie, and looking forward to this adventure. We've never been out in this area before.
So we're going to be driving my dad's Wildcat right over here.
And then Billy and Willie are in the Red Razor.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
So again, we're on the Barry Goldwater Military Range. And there's a bunch of old tanks out here. Different kinds, different styles. A couple of these actually look like, I don't know, almost like anti-aircraft. These predate when I was in.
Yeah, that one back there, actually the pedals and everything work, and you can actually turn the tour and race and more of the get in and drive this one. Here's the driver's seat.
She made it. So we parked the ATVs and making a little walk down this trail. It's supposed to be a mine shaft over here. This is the Smith mine. We'll see if we can see anything. So up over here, see like some tailing pile. There's one of the shafts. Now apparently this one just goes back this far. And here's a vertical shaft. There's another shaft. So this one comes here and splits. This one here, looks like they've just been doing a little prospecting, like a searcher hole here. But it ends right here. All right, I'll turn my light off. Yeah, it's dark back here. Sorry. All right, heading back out. The window. It's another part of the Smith mine. It's like a hoist fell over. Vertical shaft. So there's a mine shaft going that way, but in front of it looks like a vent shaft. So there's really no way to get there unless you want to rock climb, which I see a cable hanging there. That'd be fun trying to rappel down and climb back up that little cable. So we're at a plane wreckage here, an F-14A Tomcat, crashed February 28, 1983. This F-14's home base was aboard the USS Kitty Hawk. While practicing air combat maneuvers, the F-14 Tomcat's starboard engine failed, causing a right flat spin. The two crewmen ejected safely, and the plane impacted and burned at this location. This crash site is well known and used by pilots as a landmark. Nicknamed the area Tomcat Pass, for years you could spot this crash due to the vertical stabilizer that stuck up in the air. As of 2001, the stabilizer can now be found in a ready room at Naval Air Station Kingsville. Here's the canopy bottom. Engine. Part of the rear wing. So this is called the Betty Lee Tank. It's a natural water spring up here. Lots of bees, it looks like. Coming back from the water tank, there's some cool rocks over here. So up that way is the Betty Lee Mine. Looks like we made it to the Betty Lee Mine. I think the actual mine shaft is up that way somewhere. Well, there's definitely a tailing pile there and there, but notice here's ore cart rails. So decided to follow these. And it looks like it takes us up to an old mine shaft. The bridge. There's daylight at the back. Oh. Vent shaft, possibly. The mine goes that way, but there's no way to get there to that. And it's a vent shaft to the surface. Pretty sure this is the vent shaft we were looking at from down below.
Don't get close. An old winch drum. So we're climbing up here, taking a look at this stuff, and look back across, and there's another mine shaft over there. So we crossed to the other side where we saw this mine shaft. Looks kind of sketchy. vent shaft. Like on the left wall here, you can see the old ore cart tracks. It's pretty cool that the ore bin tracks are still in this shaft. It's pretty cool. So it looks like it goes back quite a ways. Watch your head, hon. Looks like we're at the end of the line. We're at the end of the mine shaft. And I'm gonna kill my light. See if we can see any daylight coming in. That'd be a negative. It's dark, dark, dark.
Turn it on.
Michelle's getting a little freaked out. Headlamps back on, working our way back to the entrance. Yeah. It goes down there quite a ways. Quite a ways.
That was a little sketchy. My heart's pounding now. And
All right.
thank goodness, no bats either.
Yep. All right, we need to jet back to where the side-by-sides are.
Yeah, we gotta get back to Willie and my dad, so we gotta get going.
Easy peasy. All right, we are entering Combat Village out here in the Barium Goldwater Military Range. This is a training facility that they built to help prepare troops to go into Iraq. There's all kinds of different materials to create these mock-ups. Looks like quite a few of them are shipping containers. This is where they could train to practice assaulting and infiltrating Iraqi villages. A couple more of the track vehicles that we had seen earlier. This is some of the Constantine wire I played with when I was in the army. A little bigger blades on it. Looks like that's those cones. I'm guessing that was a mock-up to recreate a mosque. That looks like it's set up to be a technical. Back up that way. There's a model of a rocket launcher. Doors look like they were practicing breaching. Looks like the door jambs. Looks like they were breaching. Kind of cool how they put all these shipping containers together. That one back there looks like some kind of stronghold with a courtyard. There's another model of a rocket launcher back there. Oh, there's another model of a technical, and back there in the background there's another rocket launcher. Looks like a sentry tower, another tracked vehicle, another tracked vehicle there. So up here almost looks like it was a barracks, replicate a barracks or maybe a holding area, complete with Arabic writing. Interesting thing about Arabic I learned years ago when I was in the army. You read Arabic right to left until you get to a number, and then the numbers you read left to right, just like we're used to. I always thought that was interesting when I was over there. There's another mock-up. That one's a technical with a mortar. Going over this compound area. This is labeled United States Embassy. Interesting. A little compound. So here's a mock-up of a tracked, so a mobile rocket launcher. This one looks like it's to replicate a tracked So I mentioned from a distance, looked like it was to model a track unit. And I'm guessing so, since on the back, there's actually track links. Interesting, huh? Back over here, an old helicopter. And this way is another compound. Looks like there's a towed howitzer over there. It's interesting. Another towed vehicle. It's interesting. That's those rocks and stuff are made out of foam, it looks like. Crazy. I wonder if that's to represent a cave or just camouflaging the towed unit. I have a feeling that was an evaluator's booth. From the high vantage point, they could watch the troops in their movement and evaluate. Kind of what that looks like to me. So this is Baker Tank. Baker Peaks. Those are Baker Peaks. So up here near the Baker tanks is like a little pavilion. It's a four-sided fire pit with grills. You bring up your own wood and charcoal and cook up there. Again, it's four-sided, complete with restrooms. Kind of. So this right here apparently is the women's restroom. Rock wall, roughly about 5 foot tall. And it just kind of has an opening. Kind of snails in here. There's actually toilet seats in here. Interesting. No toilet paper. Make sure you bring your own toilet paper. I guess Michelle needs to take a break. Can barely see her in there. They said those walls are about 5 foot, and Michelle's only 5'2". Here is the men's restroom. Oh, men's restroom is only a one holder, but I guess that's the urinal. But again, bring your own toilet paper. So there's 4 of these. So you've got a grill, Could cook here. Again, it's 4-sided.